Welcome back. We are going to talk about jobs, jobs, jobs. And I want to talk specifically about how the President of the United States, President Barack Hussein Obama, keeps killing jobs. And it'd be one thing if you were killing jobs out of a sense of we have to protect people from certain possible downsides. But I want to quote to you from Congressman Paul Gosar from a letter he sent me. And he mentions that the Obama administration has used not science but conjecture to put a 20-year ban in place on uranium mining in northern Arizona. Now, northern Arizona is blessed with a number of mineral resources. Among those are uranium and coal. And we have some wonderful coal mines, very, very low sulfur coal. The sulfur content's important because when you burn the coal in a power plant, if it's high sulfur, it leads to the sulfur goes into the air, mixes with H2O and becomes sulfuric acid. You don't want that to happen. But we're blessed with these great resources, which we are being prevented from using. Now, we're talking about, in this particular 20-year ban, we're talking about a minimum of 1,000 high-paying mining jobs. And by high-paying, I mean 100,000, 150,000 a year. We're talking about 29 billion with a B, in lost economic output. And true to form with the Obama administration, sooner or later you get the leaked emails that show that the science is either absent, deliberately convoluted or misstated, or as Representative Gosar, and by the way, this isn't Dr. Lovell talking, this is Dr. Gosar talking, your CD1 Congressional District 1 representative to the United States House of Representatives, and I'm quoting him here in his letter. He says that the recently discovered internal emails from the Department of Interior suggests that the Obama administration has deliberately overstated the possible future environmental impacts of uranium mining to justify a 20-year ban on uranium development on 1 million acres of federal land in northern Arizona. Now, what's at the heart of this, and 20 years, okay? I've been a college professor for 30 years. 20 years in most settings makes a career. If you got 20 years paid into a 401k, you can pretty much pull the pin on that part of your life and go on to a new job. They're going to ban this for 20 years. Imagine in the northern counties of Arizona, where it's not uncommon to see unemployment and the rural areas reach 20%. Imagine that you would have scored one of those jobs, gone from being on unemployment to making $100,000 a year. Imagine how deeply damaged you and your community are because you've been denied, not based on pure science, not based on firm science, not based on good science, but based on bogus information. You've been denied a 20-year career making $100,000 to $150,000 a year. Now, in Town Hall, Lincoln Brown has written extensively on this, and he's quoted from one of the leaked emails, and I'd like to read this to you. The quote from the leaked email says, in part, "This is obviously a touchy case where the hard science doesn't strongly support a policy position. Probably the best way to finesse," that's Democrat talk for lie, "probably the best way to finesse this would be to fall back on the precautionary principle and take the position that in absence of even more complete certainty that there is no connection between uranium mines and regional groundwater, we need to act with caution." Now, the precautionary principle is not science. The precautionary principle comes out of the work of the Malthusians. Now, I want to recommend to you, and as part of understanding this overall issue, I want to recommend to you this book, and this is called The Merchants of Despair, Radical Environmentalists, Criminal Pseudoscientists, and the Fatal Cult of Anti-Humanism. This is by Robert Zubrin, and I've interviewed him on my radio show. This book draws the linkage from the Malthusians to the Darwinists, to Darwin's cousin, Galton, who is the father of the modern eugenics movement, and to the modern environmental movement. And this book is absolutely essential. I urge you, if you want to be a good patriot, you got to get out and you got to read Zubrin's book. This book, The Merchants of Despair, draws a line directly from Malthus to Darwin to Galton to Greenpeace to the Sierra Club to the Friends of the Earth to Earth First, to all of these Democrat shell organizations that are anti-job, anti-growth, anti-private property, anti-freedom. It's very, very important to remember that the issue is never the issue. What these folks are up to has nothing to do with CO2 in the atmosphere or whether or not the globe got warmer or colder. These folks want to steal your inalienable constitutional right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Don't let them. God bless you. God bless the United States. And God bless Robert Zabrin for writing a great book, Merchants of Despair. Get out and get it, read it, share it with your friends. See you soon.